Hi everyone, welcome back and happy Friday. It doesn't really feel like a Friday to me, it feels like a Tuesday kind of, obviously because of the shortened week here. But thank you guys so much for your support on this raw shell Cordovan Johnny the Fox. They actually sold out and I'm actually very impressed of the interest in these. I think it's amazing and it's been a long time coming for me. The raw shell Cordovan has sort of been a dream for me for many years now, and it's finally happening, so I'm really excited for you to all share that with me. So all the ones that sold today and yesterday should be shipping out today, so you should have that next week. And I'm really excited for you to have them and to share some photos of how those are aging in, because I think that's what makes this stuff super cool. So first up today, I've got a new flash sale, and then after that, I want to show you some other stuff that's shipping today. And at the very end, I did something that I thought I would never do for my personal wallet on the raw shell, so I'd like to show you that at the end. But I'm really excited to announce a new flash sale for this black shell Cordovan Louis Little New York. Now this is a design we started making about 8 years ago in 2012. The idea was to have a simple minimalist card holder for your front pocket, because back then front pocket wallets were very sort of trendy and very in, and we wanted something that was a different design for a minimalist card holder. So on the left side we built it so you can have your main card, or 2 cards, maybe 3 or 4 cards on the left. I like to put my driver's license and my main credit card on the left side, on the smaller spot. And on the right side we designed it so you could fit folded cash. So it's a wallet that you're able to sort of use for most things, as long as you're not putting too much in. However, this will hold a lot. You can put at least a dozen cards in this, maybe 4 and then 8 on the other side. It does bulk up a little bit in an awkward way when you do that, so I prefer to put a little bit less in there. But check out how awesome this shell Cordovan is. When I was polishing this up, I was really impressed with the shells on these. These black shells are particularly nice. They're very, very smooth and have that really great mirror-like shine that you come to expect from shell Cordovan. Another interesting thing about the Louis Little New York is how it folds. So it's an asymmetrical wallet, which makes it a little bit more unique. The other thing that's cool about it is this one side on the right, the larger side, has a skived and turned edge. So you get interesting contrasts on the profile of it. So I have this Louis loaded up here as I would sort of normally use it, but let me show you how this guy works. So as you can see, cards fit nicely in the left and bills folded in half fit pretty well on the right. And by the time you see this video, they will be available on the flash page of our website. You can find that under the sale tab at the top, and the flash sales are at the top. You might also want to note at the bottom of that page, there's some other featured items that are currently on sale as well. So if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see a list of additional things. All right, so now we're on to some of the stuff that's shipping out today. I'm super pumped about this natural shell Cordovan Johnny the Fox, not only because it's really nice, look how great that shell is, just perfect, smooth, shiny, but also because I can show you a little difference between what the natural shell and what the raw shells look like. So on the left there you can see the natural shell Cordovan and the raw shell Cordovan is on the right. So I noticed that the raw shells are actually a little bit lighter in color. They're a little bit more of like a hazy look for a tan. Sort of like that whitish look in there, and I believe that's because we haven't polished it down. But the biggest thing to note is the difference in luster. So the regular shell Cordovan is this really bright shiny luster, and you can see on the raw it has a subtle sheen to it, but not nearly as bright as this regular shell Cordovan. And up next here I have a really interesting Johnny the Fox in English tan Dublin. This one's been personalized, and I believe this is a bit of an inside bit of information that's been personalized on here. But I really like how this piece of Dublin shined up. I had some people in yesterday that were admiring the Dublin with me on how much we appreciate the natural grain character of it. And Dublin is one of the best leathers to show sort of any amount of grain character. And I say it a lot on these videos, but the black Dublin in particular is one of the only black leathers that I found that has any amount of interesting grain character to it. So speaking of Dublin, here is a cobalt blue Dublin vault key holder. And I really like this blue Dublin. I think this is going to come back and be a staple for us, because I've been really into the Dublin recently, and we don't really have a great blue color on the non-shell Cordovan stuff. So if you're not familiar with the vault key holder, this has 2 key posts on the left and the right, where you can fit 3 or 4 keys stacked on top of each other, and they swivel out the sides. And there's a button snap in the middle there to keep everything closed and together. Here's a machine gun jack in color 8, all reverse. And I like the all reverse. This one has that nice little sheen to it. What's cool about this stuff is not only do you get to feature that really cool Horween ink stamp, but when you wear these, the luster really sort of pops out of this. It becomes more glassy looking the more you wear it, so I really like these. And here's another really nice piece of shell. This is black shell Cordovan on a Giant of the Fox. And when I was polishing this one up, I was admiring how bright and shiny and smooth this piece was. This is probably one of the nicest pieces of shells that I've ever seen. They're all really nice, but every now and again you get some that are just perfectly smooth and super nice. So this is a great Giant of the Fox for somebody that just picked this one up yesterday. And here's another really cool Giant of the Fox. This one is an intense blue shell Cordovan. And what I like about this one is that it has a mock interior that really sets off that blue color of the intense blue shell. I just love this color combo, the contrast. It makes the blue really come out of there nicely. And this one's been personalized for JMB. All right, so last up, I really wanted to show you my Fat Herbie in the raw shell Cordovan, but I did something I thought I'd never do, and I told people that I wouldn't do, which was to put a little bit of polish on it. And it sort of evened out the luster a bit. Before this, and if you look at yesterday's video, you could see what it looked like unpolished, and maybe I'll splice in that shot here. But before this, it had a nice natural luster to it, but now it seems to be a little bit more even and clean with the application that I put on of the Cordovan cream from Sapphire. And what also was really interesting, I don't know if I showed the inside of it yesterday, but the interior card slots really evened out from all the scuffs and scratching that happens. And you can see where my raised letters and numbers of my cards were. While they rub together, you can really see how this is sort of smoothed all that out. So now let me show you what the raw shell looks like when it's new. So my Fat Herbie here was this exact same color when it started off, and I just love how it's sort of developed that natural golden brown color just with normal use, and also that luster is starting to become unique and special to me. I like also a bit of the denim staining that's happened for me wearing these with jeans. When it's particularly hot outside and I get a little sweaty, I notice that the color starts to come off of my raw denim. So you might start to see that if you get a little bit of moisture involved on your denim. But it's really cool to take a look at how much this is aged in just about a year. I just really like it. So let's come back to the Louis here. And I'm really excited about these. There are only 9 of them. So I'm expecting these to go quickly, just about like everything else. And that's a really cool thing. It's just awesome to have your support. And I'm so glad that you're able to check all these things out and experience this really cool leather with me. I'll be back again next week with some more stuff. So have a great weekend.